Okay, here's a thought. Have we maybe already seen evidence of alien technology and just missed it? Or, could astronomers right now be tuned into some kind of interstellar message without even knowing? These aren't just like movie plots anymore. They're real questions. And they're driving this radical new way of thinking in SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. It's kind of turning astronomy on its head.
It really is. And that's our mission for this deep dive, basically.
Yeah.
We want to unpack this shift. We're going to explore how scientists are, well, leveraging these huge astronomical alert systems, the tools built to spot supernovas, cosmic catastrophes, and repurposing them, turning them into detectors for technosignatures, potential signs of advanced civilization.
And signatures.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are they looking for? What does this actually mean for finding anything out there? This approach, it really offers you a shortcut to getting up to speed on some seriously cutting-edge science.
Okay, so to really get this, we need to understand modern astronomy first. Just the sheer amount of data pouring in, it's immense. Take this Wiki Transient Facility, ZTF.
Right, ZTF.
Every single night, it scans the sky. And it generates up to, 1 million alerts, things changing, brightness, appearing, fading.
1 million, yeah. It's incredible.
And these alerts, they don't just sit there. They get analyzed, classified, sent out through these 9 alert brokers.
Powerful software system.
Exactly, like the nervous system of astronomy, constantly sifting. And get this, the next big thing, the LSST.
The Legacy Survey of Space and Time from Rubin Observatory.
Yeah, that's going to ramp it up by like 10 times.
Yeah.
An order of magnitude more alerts. We're talking unprecedented real-time surveillance of the sky.
That's amazing. And that data deluge, that existing network, that's what can be tapped into for SETI.
Right.
It reminds me, context-wise, of Boyajian star. Remember that? KIC 8462852.
Oh, yeah, Tabby star. The weird dimming.
Exactly. The completely unexplained dimming. I mean, okay, dust was the likely culprit in the end, probably. But the mystery itself, it got everyone talking. Even serious astronomers were, whispering about megastructures.
Dyson spheres. That kind of thing.
That kind of thing. Hypothetical alien megastructures harvesting energy. Now, it wasn't that, but the possibility it raised was provocative. Could really strange dimming patterns actually point to alien technology?
Right. That's the mind-bending part. If weird dimming could be a sign, how on earth do you find those tiny signals in, like you said, 1 million alerts a night? How do researchers actually propose to do that?
Cool. That's exactly where this new research comes in. Eleanor Gallay, James Davenport, and Steve Croft looked at exactly that. They're proposing a system to automatically flag what they call stellar dippers.
Stellar dippers.
Yeah. Stars that suddenly dim, but in ways that no natural stuff just can't explain.
So not your regular variable stars.
No, not the ones that pulse predictably. These are sudden, really deep drops in brightness that just, they defy the usual explanations. And their approach is quite neat. It's sort of a 2-stage thing. First, they use the alert brokers themselves, the built-in tools, to do a rough filter.
Okay.
Then they bring in historical data, look back at how the star behaved before, to isolate the really, really rare events. The goal, basically, is to find stars acting so strangely that, as they put it, only exotic explanations remain on the table.
Exotic explanations. Okay. So it's mainly about these unusual light curves, these dimming patterns, or are there other strategies involved too?
Good question. It's broader than just the light curves, actually. They're integrating other optical SETI ideas, like looking at planetary transit zone geometry.
Transit zones.
Yeah.
You mean where planets pass in front of their star?
Exactly. But flipped, think about it from an alien perspective. This leads to the concept of the SETI ellipsoid.
The SETI ellipsoid. Okay, what's that?
It's a mathematical thing. It maps out regions in space where any observers there could see Earth transiting our sun.
Ah, so if they could see us cross the sun.
Right. The thinking is, if they noticed us, might that be a time or place they'd choose to send a signal like, hey, we see you?
So it's like, maybe they're watching us, waiting for the right moment to say hi.
It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? Adds another layer to where we might look, or rather where we might expect them to look at us.
This whole approach, it sounds incredibly efficient. You mentioned repurposing existing systems, this free ride idea.
That's the practical genius of it, really.
Tell me more about that. How does it actually work in practice?
Well, instead of needing, billions for brand new dedicated SETI telescopes, they're just using what's already there, built for other things. Projects like ZTF and soon LSST, they're already scanning the whole sky every few nights anyway for supernovae, asteroids, all sorts of things. So by integrating their search software, their filters, into these existing data streams and alert brokers, they essentially get a constant passive SETI search across millions, soon billions of stars for almost no extra cost.
Wow. So it's efficient, cheap, and it scales up as the surveys get bigger.
Exactly. And it represents a big philosophical shift, too.
Oh, so?
Well, for a long time, SETI was kind of its own separate thing, right? Always competing for telescope time, for funding.
Yeah, seen as a bit niche sometimes.
Right. But this changes that. It weaves the search for technosignatures right into the fabric of mainstream observational astronomy. We don't have to choose between finding exploding stars and looking for aliens. We can potentially do both at the same time using the same data.
That really does sound like a game changer.
Yeah.
But okay, let's be critical. If we look at the bigger picture, how far can this really go? You said these alert brokers, they weren't actually built for SETI. Are there limitations?
Oh, absolutely. That's a key point. Today's brokers are amazing, but yeah, SETI wasn't the primary design goal. But the potential for upgrades is huge. Think about adding better filters specifically designed to catch, say, weird, non-repeating flashes or dips, or having dedicated SETI watch lists within the brokers.
So they could evolve into actual alien finding engines.
Potentially, yes. Some are already moving that way. The Lysair broker, for instance, has this watch map feature. It's basically a tool that could be adapted pretty well for spotting these kinds of irregular signals, these potential technosignatures. The big challenge, especially when LST comes online with its, 10 million alerts per night.
10 million?
Yeah. The challenge will be telling the truly weird, potentially artificial stuff, apart from just noise, or rare natural events we haven't seen before.
So you need smarter algorithms.
Definitely. Better algorithms, better training data for machine learning, maybe AI specifically tuned to look for patterns that don't look natural. The potential for discovery just grows exponentially if we get that right. It does make you wonder, doesn't it? Could the first real solid sign of ET be sitting in a database right now, data we already have, just waiting for us to look at it in the right way?
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway here? It feels like this really marks a turning point for SETI. We're moving beyond sort of passively listening for rare radio whispers. Now scientists are actively using real-time optical data, looking for signs of actual alien engineering.
That's it, precisely.
And it's pragmatic, it's low cost, it scales, and it's plugged right into the most powerful astronomical tools we have.
Yeah. And look, are we going to find a Dyson sphere tomorrow? Probably not. We're still a long way from confirming anything like that. But this research, this approach, it lays the groundwork. It sets the stage for a new kind of SETI, one that's always on, always watching the sky with these incredibly powerful, unblinking eyes, ready to spot those subtle, strange patterns that just might be them.
So the big question to leave everyone with: will the next huge discovery in the search for life out there come not from a dedicated SETI project, but from a machine designed to find exploding stars? Something to think about.